Hey, what's up, y'all? This is poet and educator Tim Staley, English teacher, career English teacher. I've clocked over 20 years standing in front of a room trying to teach literature and writing. Now, keep in mind, I have only worked in South Central New Mexico. Most of my students are not white like me. I got no experience teaching outside this particular part of the world, which is at the bottom of the dang country. We're throwing distance from Juarez, and we got a unique scenario down here. So if what I'm saying is not meshing with your geographic location, then I don't know what to tell you. I can only speak for my truths. But a lot of what I want to concentrate on today in this video is to tell you, if you're going to teach for your life, if you're going to make this your career, and you're going to want to wake up happy in the morning, and you want to feel like alive inside instead of like an old brown banana inside, then I feel like what has to happen is you have to believe in what you're doing, and like you have to be the one deciding what you're doing. Now, luckily, at the school I work at the public high school I work at, my administrators trust me. I think also my administrators want me to stick around. I think my administrators value me, and they allow me to be the expert in the room and to try to do these techniques that might not work for you or any of the other teachers on my hallway. What I'm getting at is you got to teach from your heart out. From your mind out, your mind, not the mind in a pedagogy book, not the heart in some PD you had at the beginning of the year, but your own internal PD. What is your driving force? What is it that makes you want to give your life to teaching poems? What is it in you that made you want to just throw caution to the wind and give your life to line breaks like I did over 20 years ago? So I think as I continued to teach, about 5 years ago, I hit a breaking point. Nothing that I was told by other people was working for me. All the strategies and techniques that are so traditional and common in teaching literature, you can go on YouTube and find a lot of them. You can ask your PD professional at your school. They'll tell you 1,000 different strategies. Some of them really old and not cutting edge, but they'll give you a worksheet for every activity and a diagram and an outline, a promise. But see, that's not your idea. That's not your heart. That's not your mind. So my feeling is, if you want to keep going at this job and be peppy and successful and happy with your students in this job, then there's got to be some point where your heart is driving. Your heart, not your colleague's heart. And that's how I teach, and that's made my teaching tolerable as I'm sort of looking at retirement not too far away. I had to take the reins of this class in my own hands. Now, what do I mean? Let me give you some specifics, because I know I'm talking in abstractions. Y'all need some concrete nouns to support these abstractions, to scaffold these abstractions. You need some concrete nouns to help. All right, so look, as you saw in my Teaching Literature 2 video, I'm talking about using creative writing as a way to teach literature. This is cutting edge. This is a little bit different. Instead of essays and essay questions and all that, we're going to write ourselves in order to understand how a famous author did writing. And so I do many writing activities in my class a week, at least 2. Different writing activities. Sometimes they're timed, sometimes they're more directed. But here's what I want to share with you. So you have the students writing. I have them write on notebook paper. I have them write on paper. I do not allow them to write on their phones. Why? Simple reason. Paper will never disrupt you. It just sits there quietly, y'all. And we know what phones do. Hey, great tools, but they disrupt you constantly. And so one thing about paper is it never disrupts you. So I make them write on paper. And then after their writing activity, I give them 3 options. This is essential. I give them 3 options. Option number 1, keep it forever. Put it underneath your bed and keep it forever. Take it out when you're 48. Have a giggle about your fine time in high school. Keep it forever as a record of your time here. Number 2, throw it away. There's the wastebasket. Throw it away. Number 3, put it in that little box. Put it in that little box because you want some feedback from one writer to another, and I'll give you feedback, and I will return that paper to you tomorrow. I will not. Oh, can y'all tell it's real school? Did y'all think I was faking? Hey, kids are going to get here in a couple minutes. I better hurry up. So when they put it in the box, which some of them do, I immediately give feedback. I don't put a grade on it. I put feedback. I tell them what I like. I tell them what's working, and then I'll do a little thing like, if you were ever to revise this, here's what you could do. And then at the beginning of the next class, I have a one-on-one conversation with that kid. As the other students are coming in, right before we take roll and all that, I'm having a one-on-one conversation. I promise you, these are the most meaningful conversations I've ever had with students. You know why? Because they asked for that feedback on their writing, and now they're listening to me. See, they wanted it, and now they're listening. What did I used to do? I used to make every single kid turn in their writing. I used to put comments on every single paper. I'd hand back those papers. It took a long time. I did it at home. I did it on weekends, just like y'all do. I understand what it is to be an English teacher. I get it. And then you put all those comments and you give it back, and then the class is over and you find half those pages on the ground. At least that's the way it is here, man. So half my students weren't looking at my precious comments. So I don't do that anymore. I give the comments to the ones that want it. Now, you might be wondering, how dare you suggest that a kid should throw away their writing? Here's the deal. We're practicing. I'm teaching a process. Every single thing you write is not precious. That's the most important thing any writer needs to learn. Everything you write is not precious. Good writing means throwing away a ton. A ton. You have to get used to throwing away when you're a writer. That's the deal. And why not give them practice at that most essential detail of what it is to be a writer? I think I just want to close with saying that good luck. And if this doesn't work for you, fine, I'm just one dude. I'm one dude in one particular place of America. And the reason I'm doing this video, I had somebody in the comments request more information on how I do my teaching. Hey, please hit subscribe. Please go over to my website, poetstaley.com. Please buy my poetry books. Hey, how about just reading my poems? That's all I want. See you later, y'all. Peace out.